Hello everybody, I am Baltmatrix, and who's ready for some bad comedy? That would be me. And today we're taking a look at the studio series Coronation Starscream. I picked this figure up over at Amazon. And unfortunately, the box came a little bit worse for wear. We got some damage there, we got some damage on the box itself in other spots. I'll show you all in here in a minute. And quite frankly, it feels like this might have been a used product, but everything was, wrapped correctly. Just the box is beat up really badly. Anyway, here's the figure. And his chair. Starting off with looking at the chair, it looks very cool. It's big, it's purple, it's incredibly well detailed and well molded, and just looks absolutely fantastic. And then a quick look at Starscream. It's the Earthrise figure, slightly different paint, with a couple of different little features that I'll show you in just a moment. Otherwise, it's Earthrise Voyager class Starscream with some extra bits. And a chair. He comes with his own hover-round. The background is perfect. If they had chosen anything else, they would have been stupid. Let's talk about Starscream first. This figure is, as stated before, the Voyager class figure from Earthrise with some very minor changes. I'll go over those in just a minute. And it's fine. It's absolutely fine. The figure also comes with the Coronation armor set. That includes one crown, two shoulder bits that peg into the upper peg hole on the shoulders, two extra null rays that peg into little flip down sections that are bright pink for some reason, or is that more of a lavender, and then the cape. And the cape is rather... Hold on, I gotta get this piece off. There we go. And the cape is a bit of a disappointment. And the reason I say it's a disappointment is because I hate the color. It is more of a pink or lavender than it is dark purple like it was in the movie. Now, I could be wrong on that, but every picture I have looked at, even the frickin' picture on the front of the box, has the cape being dark purple. Hey gang, Future Bolt here. Realize that I'm completely and utterly wrong. His pink cape is awesome. Color aside, the cape is actually pretty cool. It is nice, hard plastic with two hinges here, one for a splayed out mode, and then it collapses into a more regal cape mode that is really neat. I really do appreciate that little extra bit of posability. And then it can quaff, or it can pose backwards so you could get his arm out. Now, the arms. The arms are the one major difference, specifically the hands. We don't have any twisting wrists, but his hands do open and close at the top knuckles of the fingers, which is a nice change. So he can kind of do the pose that he comes with in the box, or he's known for. The face, I feel, is also slightly different. Though for the life of me, with the two different figures right next to each other, I can't tell a difference other than the paint. Now, this is the Earthrise figure here on the right. The black on its head is darker than the black used for the head on Coronation Starscream, and I think the face is actually darker on Coronation, and it's lighter on the Earthrise. The red of the eyes is a little bit more prominent on the Coronation Starscream. But having the two figures next to each other, I'm not sure how well this is coming up on camera. The Coronation Starscream is ever so slightly darker in the grays than the Earthrise Starscream. And the other colors are, it's kind of a mishmash here. You could see the thrusters in the chest. They're lighter and in line with the head, coloring of the head on the Coronation Starscream. The reds are darker on Coronation Starscream. The blues are lighter on Coronation Starscream, though. Weird. Just so weird. The other paint apps that are different are here down at the legs. The tail wings are painted on Earthrise here on the right. They are not painted on Coronation Starscream here on the left. Now, what about the transformation? Is there anything different about the transformation? No. No, there isn't. They're exactly the same. plane modes we end up with for Coronation Starscream versus Earthrise Starscream, they're exactly the freaking same, even down to the paint apps, except for Coronation Starscream's paint apps on the tail wings are missing, and the blues are much lighter, and it's much more noticeable here in the jet form. Also, I can't help but feel that the tail wings and tail ailerons are actually a little thinner. That just might be my own twisted mind. I don't have a micrometer here that I could actually measure them and tell you if they are actually different. But my brain says they are, so I'm going with that. And in jet mode, you could see just very, very, very slight variations in the gray, with the original Earthrise figure being slightly darker in hand. And obviously the reds are different as well. The Coronation Starscream red being just slightly lighter than Earthrise. I mean, they're essentially the same figure except for paint apps. That's it. Now, one thing you do need to be aware of when you pick up this figure for yourselves is all the accessories except the cape are wrapped in tissue paper. Tissue paper? Really, Hasbro? You couldn't just leave them in the bag that they already come with? So all this stuff comes in a sealed bag, but all the little accessories are wrapped in tissue paper. I guess that's to keep things from scratching and moving around and potentially causing a problem? Maybe? Now let's talk about the throne. That's the best thing about this set. That's the only reason I bought it too, was because I wanted the throne. And Starscream can sit in the throne, and I really feel like the Earthrise figure was developed first. That's why the Earthrise figure has the bending knees. He can sit in the throne. He looks absolutely ridiculous sitting in said throne because of the butt flap armor, but he can sit in it. Now, the back of the throne has accessory storage. You could fit all the accessories that Starscream comes with on the back here. The cape can be stored in the middle. Pro tip, put the cape on before you try to get the crown on, because if you don't, you're going to get messed up, and the crown is just going to launch off across the room. Ask me how I know. Crown up top. Regular null rays go on the back. Other null rays with shoulder accessories or shoulder pads go on the bottom. And yeah, that still works as a throne. Now let's see, who else can sit in the throne? As you just saw, some figures fit on this thing a little bit better than others. I found that Starscream, ironically, does not fit well on this thing. Also, ironically, the thing that fits the best is Earthrise Optimus mold. So, yeah, if I'm going to be displaying this or having this out on my shelf, that Optimus, Evil Optimus, is going to be sitting in it. Also, Megatron, it works really well for, as you saw. Sort of. The backpack on Megatron does get in the way. Galvatron and Cyclonus, Galvatron works pretty well. Cyclonus, not so much. And Scourge, well, Scourge is too busy being a Tenku Sentai Puthrenja. Overall, would I recommend this set? That's a really good question. I really do feel kind of gypped because I don't think having yet another Earthrise Starscream is enough to really warrant a new set. If this was a Hasbro Pulse exclusive that just came with the coronation bits and the throne for $20, I would have bought it. 15, let's say 15. I still would have bought it. Heck, 25, I would still strongly consider purchasing it. But for a whole new figure set that's just literally a repaint with extra kibbles and bits, I can't really recommend it unless you were not able to get this original Starscream. There are some positives to this new one. I actually like the lighter blue than the darker blue on the Earthrise. But other than that, I can't really recommend it if you already have a Starscream. I wouldn't pick it up. But if you don't, yeah, go ahead and get it. It's a leader class price point, and if anything's an indication of just how flimsy the box is, like the box has no rigidity to it whatsoever, and it actually feels thinner than other leader class boxes I've gotten, but who cares? It's just the box. Anyway, folks, let me know what you think of this set down in the comments. If you didn't or weren't able to get an Earthrise Starscream, are you interested in this set? I'd be really curious. And the reverse is true. If you picked up Earthrise Starscream, are you still interested in picking this set up, given some of the oddities? I still think the throne is great. Don't get me wrong. The throne, fan-freaking-tastic. The rest of the set, it's okay. All right, folks, thank you so much for watching. I've been Baltmatrix, and I'll catch you all next time.